Alright, hello, greetings and welcome in everyone. Hello, Bread, hello. My name is Harrier Citadel, Avian alien Sentinel of Fort Mystehaven, perpetrator of creative chaos and general maker of things, and welcome in after a weekend. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Hello. How are y'all doing? It's good to see ya. Yes, I have exciting things to share today. I've been teasing this for literally months, so I'll I just started very recently being a little bit more overt about it, but it's like super subtle, so let's see how many of you guys will guess what I've been keeping hidden. Literally, basically, since not long after PNG Harrier landed. I'm doing very well, lots of IRL stuff happening in a good way, ooh nice, and lots of stuff returning, yes. We have been working on commission for Braid most of today. After finishing setting up all of the streams for this week, I dived headfirst into doing Braid's commission, so we're about halfway through the process now. It's pretty much just the last set of any corrections, and then I can do that reference sheet, which is kind of cool. So potentially I could, if I run out of hair to work on Sushi, and tomorrow we can start working on your reference sheet and get that cracking, which would be kind of cool as well. Yay! But I'm glad that things IRL look like they're going well. Yes, I know I look like I'm looking over there. I am trying to find the right place to put my camera to make sure that things don't look really wobbly, but I need to rearrange monitor setup somehow still. I have a bias, but I hope you run out of hair. Yeah, like there are only, I think, I don't know how many pieces are in the rig already that need to be meshed and put in place, but yeah. So maybe some of you guys saw the thing that I retweeted earlier today about the plushie release that is going on with some of the folk over from Nijisanji with By the Beat coming up to their first anniversary. And with that first anniversary merch is plushies, and there are some plushies there that are really cute, and I kind of really want one. But in order, I told myself that in order to validate being able to treat myself to something, I have to actually achieve something. And therefore, I want to have Braid's commission done, as well as Teo's redo, as well as a pair of Fugi reactives by Sunday morning. If I can have those 3 done come Sunday morning, I will treat myself to a plushie. Because Alex was kind enough to donate on things again not long before stream. Thank you again, Alex. And the message is this enough for the plushies? I figured that paralyzing guilt was not necessarily a healthy motivator. So an incentive that is a positive thing to work towards, not a thing to run away from, sounded like a good idea. I did see that, and then I saw the new update in Legion and I was like, I see the motivation. Better not take too long to reply. I appreciate, Brave, but I know that you're a fast replier anyway, so even if it took a couple of days, I wasn't stressed. Honestly. Like, even knowing time zones, I wasn't stressed. But yeah. Nah. But, so yeah, I want to try and give myself positive things to work towards rather than running away from, chaos is gonna befall the land and everything is gonna be on fire if I fail. Because that's not a healthy motivator for me personally. Because when things go sideways, I get paralyzed, really. That's my response. And I don't like that. I like to be productive. I don't like to sit in anxious paralysis at all. So I want to start giving myself things that are positive to work towards rather than things that I'm running away from. Okay, I have trouble keeping notifications uncleared and trouble focusing, so I usually see them all. You know what? That's also very fair and valid. Sometimes you are waiting for important communications. But like, when there's progress on a commission that you've been waiting for. I understand. I understand. And I see that you've already given feedback. Wow, okay. So I know what I'm doing in the morning. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Also, that type of goal seems much healthier, so good luck. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, I am keeping it to a relatively low motivational budget that I will allow for myself to invest in my own I won't say happiness or self-fulfillment or things like that because it doesn't, because doing that with stuff is kind of moot, but like investing in things that I can enjoy, I think I want to keep that at a reasonable budget. But yeah, I don't want to go into one of these states where buying things becomes like the primary source of entertainment. That doesn't sit with me as being good either. But I want to not feel guilty when I see something that is like, okay, that is a thing that I like and that I think would fit in my space. And then just decide, no, because I don't have a valid reason to acquire it. So, I have a little bit of my own space in the house, so I want to make it comfy and mine. So, yeah. But all of that aside, yes. I have got some new things for today because we are in fact on a sponsored stream sponsored by Zany for our Project Mystehaven illustration time. Woohoo! So that's really cool. Thank you, Zany. Thank you. So let me just bring this up because I don't think I showed you guys proper. I don't think I did. No, I did not. Let me just pull this up. It is in here. I get that. It's been weird for me to get over the various mental blocks getting stuff I enjoy for the reason that I can, and I have the reasons. It's hard to get over it all. It is. It is. So yeah, there are a couple of things. Because, you know, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it started getting a little bit fuller in here. just a itty bitty little bit, tiny bit fuller. So I think what I want to do before anything else is I want to actually go through that, because it's also all tying together into the same conversation, right? So I'm just gonna zoom in here so that we can see stuff. Because I know that on the chatting screen, it's not easy to see what all is going on. But we've now installed a bookshelf. We've installed a bookshelf now. Oh yeah, there's some more stuff. Yeah. And I'm slowly but certainly going to fill up my shelf and my table and probably my little couch over there with more stuff that is me coded and comfy. But let's have a quick look at a couple of things. I'm gonna start at the table. So all the way down here, this is something that I didn't know it for a long while, but this was actually with me in my escape pod. I only got this back way later. Alright? But this little thing on the table, which is kind of hard to see because it's really pixelated, is a little dragon statuette. Yeah. That little dragon statuette was a gift that I got when I was definitely less than 10 years old. I can't remember exactly how old I was. Obviously, I can't remember anything because I lost my memory, like... Yeah, but anyway, that's besides the point. That was a really important little prezzy for me way back then. Still a really important little prezzy, and considering that it's literally the only thing I've still got from where I come from, it's got a piece of prime real estate. It's tiny, but it's important to me. So it gets a piece of prime real estate right there in the centerpiece of my table. So, a little lucky dragon statuette. And then let's go over to the bookshelf, because there is more lore over here. There is more lore up here. So I've got 3 books. Okay. These are my primary art reference books. These 3 are my primary art reference books. The grey one, the big grey one, that one is the one that I first started drawing out of. That was my first art reference book. I think I also got it first, very much so. It's called Mastery of Drawing by John Morans. If you look for it on the internet, you won't find any pictures of the cover. Because it's a little bit spicy. Because figure drawing. So you won't find any pictures of that on the internet, but it's there. That was the book I learned out of first. Next to that, the big blue book is a Masters of Anatomy book for action poses, which every now and again I just page through that for a little bit of inspiration. Sometimes see how other people have handled contouring on certain anatomical landmarks and things like that. So also really useful reference. And then probably my most frequently accessed one for anything on the technical side is this big red one in front, which is Artistic Anatomy by Paul Richer. It's originally a French book. I just got the English translation. And also, really good book. The majority of it is text. I mostly use the couple of pages in the back that are pictures. I have honestly not actually bothered reading the text chunk up front. I have not bothered, but I have thoroughly explored the plates at the back. Very, very, very thoroughly. So those are my 3 primary art reference books. I've got a couple of others as well. I have issues 1, 2, and 3 of the Etherington Brothers How to Think When You Draw series as well. I've also got How to Think When You Write, also by the Etherington Brothers. Also very, very good books. 11 out of 10, can recommend. Very interesting stylization in them. Good going back to basics tutorials all throughout. So you can also check those guys out on social media, because if you guys have been following me for a while, you'll know that I have a habit of periodically resharing something that they post. So yeah, they've got really, really, really good resources. So if you are learning the art of drawing, or any kind of design, really, actually, any kind of design, there's something very valuable in their tutorial series. Then I've got my turtle plushie. That one's got a story in it for another day. But the turtle is important as well. And then beside that, we have my oh, what's he saying? Noted, I've been trying to make another push at learning to draw. Have ideas that I don't think I can communicate outside from doing it myself. No, that is that is totally fair and valid. But more importantly, turtle! Yes, turtle. I will share the story of the turtle another day. But shout out if you are lurking or watching the VOD to Sky Huntress, because this one is 100% for you. Turtle. Yes. The turtle is important. And beside the turtle is obviously our very familiar color set. That belongs to Wilhelm van der Bos. I've got his first Perspex standee from when he was with Globy. It was my other fandom purchase. That was entirely spontaneous, and I don't regret it at all. It lives somewhere where I can see it all the time, and it makes me happy, so I have a little bit of support for Owlshe in the room as well. But that is not all. That is absolutely not all. The rest of the shelf is pretty empty for now. But then we get over here, and we might see some very familiar looking color splotches. Do you guys see some familiar looking color splotches? Well, these little stickers that I put together and threw on my little paper divider here are for people who have been a little bit influential in me getting here and getting this far. And I appreciate you guys. I know those blobs. Yes, some of them should look a little bit familiar, considering that you're one of them, right? Yes, these are all people who have been kind of influential in our being here and building the channel and getting referrals in places, and I appreciate everyone here very, very much. So there is obviously bread right there in the middle. Directly below that is Zany, and directly below that is Krahazik. All three regulars in chat. But less regular around here, but still pretty influential behind the scenes, are directly above Bread. We have Heoteo, who has also been an absolute champion in terms of just general friendship and also sending referrals our way and supporting the channel like that. And we've had a couple of collaborations along the way as well. And generally, I've not had a bad time with Teo, so Teo gets a sticker. And at the top, from formative days, pre-debut was Harrier Citadel, is Karuben Klein. He's currently facecam streaming on a hobbyist basis, but when I was starting out, I kind of stumbled over him when I was looking for getting into Final Fantasy XIV again. Stumbled over him while he was live and somehow hung out there for a bit, and from there our communities started to overlap quite a bit, and that was really, really formative in my early days getting into VTubing proper. So huge, huge, huge shout out to Karuben. Hope you're doing okay, Karu. We don't see him here because of time zones a lot of the time. But yeah. Little nod because it's important. Everyone who contributes along the way, I want to, in some way or another, incorporate a sticker. So, yeah. I will be to a couple of other folk who are not here yet. That's probably because I'm still looking for an avatar for you. Looking at you there, fish. Alex. I need something that I can represent you with properly and recognizably. And I will be making stickers accordingly. But yes, as the list grows, because it will grow, it's guaranteed to grow because the journey is never over. I'm gonna keep adding stickers to my little set over here of paper dividers. I feel like it's an important thing to remember the people that carried you on your journey, so it's important. It's an amazing, very sweet little tribute. Thank you. I felt that it was very necessary. It just felt like it was necessary. Like, you guys are part of the channel. One way or another, you're part of it, and I wanted to bring you in. And I know it's a really, really, really small detail that's usually only seen in the chatting screen, but knowing that it's there is important. So yes, you can almost be certain that as we add new ones, I'm going to be giving you all a little talk up over here as well as you get added in. Bread, you and Zany and Krahazik have all been really stellar supporters these last 2 years in terms of, you know, keeping me fed, literally, keeping me fed and keeping the insurances paid. So as clients and as supporters, it's been really, really nice and really greatly appreciated having you guys in the space, and I appreciate you guys really, really a lot. So kudos to you. I'm out of words a little bit. In fairness, that's mostly because your art is just really good and you're amazing to work with. I do my part, okay? But a good art is worth nothing if there's no one who wants it, you know? So I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Am I getting sappy because I know that my anniversary is coming up again? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's head back to the chatting screen, shall we? Because, yeah. There are a couple of things to talk about before we get into the meat and potatoes of the evening as well. And I'm going to start with the schedule, which I need to change. I need to still change the graphic for this week. Ah, don't zoom out me! No, don't go far. There, okay. I will just... Boop. There we go. Back to normal. That'll do it. But also I refuse to not deflect a compliment. Yeah, no. Anyway. Chaos. Okay. So let's just quickly talk about schedule for the week before we start getting way too sappy. So today has been Monday, and we are going to be getting into the meat and potatoes about this very interesting title soon. Tomorrow we're going to be working on sushi, and I'm going to be doing a lot of work on preparing layers for that in daylight hours as well. Still trying to get more of the model stream safe to continue work on that. And then on Thursday and Wednesday, because it's Wednesday continued, so twice on Thursday in my time zone. We are going to be doing more Project Mystehaven work because we got 6 sponsored hours to work on that this week from Zany. Thank you so much for that. So we're going to be doing a couple of little things with Mystehaven. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we are going to be letting Tarn out from the basement for a bit, because he's been feeling left out. We have not worked with Tarn for a while. Dragon Boy needs some love too. So what we're going to do with him is we're going to actually do a little bit of choreography. So we're going to be planning out what kind of movements he would have in his combat style, whether it is going to be, well, however we end up actually applying that when we get to that part of the game development is still to be seen, but at least by planning the movements, we can do the adaptation accordingly when we get to that part of the process. So knowing how he moves is important, so that's what we're going to be doing on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we're going to start an experimental painting with claret. So the Marchioness is coming. The Marchioness is on her way. Ooh, choreography is always fun. I know, right? Especially considering that we're dealing with a shifter class character. Well, technically dragons are shifters, but they're a different kind of shifter from other shifters. It's Mystehaven classifications, okay? We're talking thwarted Mystehaven classifications. That's a whole other thing. We'll talk about that in a second as well. But he's got both his humanoid combat style and his feral form combat style. So that's double whammy in terms of moveset ideas that we need to come up with, is how does he move in both styles. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, on Thursday we're going to be starting an experimental painting with claret. I've no idea yet how it's going to go methodology wise, but I want to basically get in the habit of doing illustrations again and actually develop a methodology that is repeatable and feels natural and doesn't feel clunky and like I'm going to forget what I'm going to do every single time I try to do something. So in order to do that, I actually need to start with some illustrations, and Claret is going to be our first test subject. Don't tell the boss I said that about her, please. I do not want to lose a job in the Mistgard, because yeah, it's not contempt for nobility, right? Okay. It's a picture. Yeah. So yes, that's what we're going to be doing. And that is a hydrate reminder. So everyone, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages, and let's take a sip. Hello, Moonshiro. Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you here. Welcome back. That's the best thing to use supervisors for. Hey boss, test this! Oh my. And if it is content, we can burn it after. Oh my. Yeah. I kind of like Claret though. Just a little bit, so I don't really want to get on her bad side. Also, her bad side is slightly scary. So, Anyway, that was a hydrate. So guys, acquire your nearest safe for consumption beverages, and let's take a sip. We'll get into the arting soon. Based on the background, I'm coming to say hello and have a good night, or are we just getting started? We are just getting started. We're just getting started. We've been just chatting for a bit. Alex, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, good to see you. Thank you again for the donation earlier. I have been waxing lyrical and explaining madness. So, if you guys are interested in seeing a little bit more about how the room is filling up and so on and so forth, you can check out the VOD, because otherwise I'm going to start crying again. I was very, 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 very close to crying earlier. So the room is starting to fill up, and we're going to continue trying to fill up the room. Good to know, yeah? No worries. Okay, thank you. The one is working in a studio apartment, living room, bedroom, and kitchen is the same place. Then gonna have you in cooking background. Yes, thank you, thank you. Best of luck with the cooking. Oh, dang, I know I should have gone deeper into the compliments. Nope. I appreciate the compliments, but I really don't know what to do with them. No way, you feeling okay? I'm feeling okay. I'm just very, very feelsy at the moment. Because I'm filling the room with important things and nostalgia. And here next to my head over here are a bunch of stickers. People who've been really, really important in getting the journey here. And there's the waterworks. There's the waterworks. Just overflowing appreciation. Just feelsy today. Just feelsy. It's okay. It's a good reason to cry compliments. Yeah. So, yeah. Just feeling feelsy today. It happens. So yeah, if you want to see what is all is that is about, then you can by all means check out the earlier part of the VOD after stream, or now when you want to catch up, you can do that too. I think it should be allowed. I don't know what actually my settings are on that front. If you can scroll back while it's still live. But if you want to do that and then catch up on what is happening live later, that's also fine, because we will get into drawing soon. But yeah, Alex, if you are still here, I am going to ask you at some point for a picture with which to represent yourself, because I need a sticker for you over here. I need a sticker for you here on this divider. Let me actually go back to the main screen again so that I can. Hey. Yeah. So that I can show you. Because we've got stickers of all of the people who've been really, really big contributors. Leading up to this point. And given that you pretty much half paid, actually, I'm almost certain you more than half paid for the replacement graphics tablet. That it counts as a significant contribution to the channel, and you've been supporting even after that, like a mad thing. So I think it is only right that you also get a sticker. I think Alex the Fish deserves a sticker. That's not to say that your place on the board is only based on monetary value, but I think it is too big a contribution to ignore. So, sticker the fish. I agree. Sticker the fish. So yes, that is one of the things that we've been talking about so far. But let's just go back to the chatting screen for a bit, because there is yet more that we need to talk about before we get into the meat and potatoes, which is actually the species reveal. Gasp. There is gonna be a species reveal today, guys. We're finally gonna find out what kind of alien is our Avian Sentinel. It's only been 2 years. It's only been 2 years of unidentified alien is finally gonna be identified. Like, just what? Out of the blue? Out of nowhere? Surprise, surprise, it isn't entirely out of nowhere, guys. It's not out of nowhere. I have been teasing this for a ridiculously long time, but it's been super, super subtle. Like, ridiculously subtle. For the longest time. Gasp. Taxonomical information! If that sounds sarcastic, I'm actually really excited for any lore information. Well, yay! You are in for a treat then, because it is definitely lore time. It's lore time. It is how can I phrase this? It has been teased for a small eternity. Okay, not a small eternity. It's been teased very much since the get-go. But it's been super, super subtle. It's been ultra subliminal. And yeah, some of you guys might have seen it coming. I don't know. The reason why I am dropping it now, though, is a little bit spontaneous. So there's not, like, a production to go with this. I mean, it is supposed to be an art stream, right? But in a nutshell, there are a couple of things that we have had in our general vicinity leading up to this information of the species reveal. So obviously on my person there are a couple of hints of not quite normal space elf. Like, if you were watching closely, you would have just seen it. The nictitating eyelids that blink 3 times in a minute. on my model are one of those features. That has been a hint literally since I became Live 2D. Since Live 2D Harrier version 1.0 dropped, that has been a thing. I only recently, though, decided to let it loop normally, even when I'm zoomed in like this, because it was weird trying to get it to blink and not blink properly on hotkeys. And under normal circumstances, I feel like, what, 9 frames in a minute is not enough to weird people out too much with a pair of blinking, nictitating eyelids. So there's that little detail, right? You have seen that, right? You have seen the weird pink blink. Oh, I never saw that, since I usually watch on mobile and I assume it was something with tracking or IRL quotes. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's a super fast movement. It's a super fast movement. So I don't blame you if you've been missing it on mobile, especially when I've mostly had it for the longest time only on the working streams where I'm really super tiny. So only now recently does it actually blink visibly when I'm close to the camera like now. So that weird semi-transparent pink blink that comes in from the sides, yeah, that's been there this entire time. It's been there this entire time. So that's one hint. Does anyone want to wager what another hint is? That's so cool! Calyx, Calixia, welcome in once again. Good to see you. Hello, welcome back. We are going through the list of features and teasers that have been dropped over the last 2 years, in which people might be able to glean some hints regarding the species that I am going to reveal. What is the alien part of the Avian Sentinel? Mwahaha! My full government name! Ah. It's just such a nice name to say the whole thing. I mean, come on. It's very satisfying syllables. Does anyone else suffer from satisfying syllableitis? where the syllables are just so satisfying that you can't help but use all of them? Like I have the same issue with Sishian as well. No, seriously. I the first couple of times when we were when I was chatting with Sishian, he asked me if it was okay, if I wanted to, that I could just call him Sai. And I was like, yeah, I could, but like, the name Sishian just sounds so nice and it feels so nice to say. So it's like, when a name has a nice ring to it, I like using the whole thing. Maybe that's just a me quirk. So, Calyx, it's not just you. It's not just you. I'm like that with a lot of people. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna read Ultra of Bread 7045 because I'm going to accidentally mix up the numbers on the end. I have that with Malaysia. It's just a fun word to say. It is a fun word to say. Big word like marmalade. Fun words. Fun words. But yeah. So yeah, we have been going through the list of the special features. I don't even know why those numbers are there. It's probably just a weird YouTube thing. How many eldritch horrors of bread could there possibly be on YouTube? How many bread loaves did you say that you possessed again? Ria, settle a debate. Aya, what debate? What debate? Is confuzzlement. Red or white dragon fruit? I have only ever seen the red one. I did not know that the white one existed until now. I've only ever seen the red one. I think I need to clean them up, but it should just be the one. I've never had to fight for the name. Oh my. Okay, well, if you ever possess a bakery, I wouldn't mind you depositing a couple of cream donuts. If you possess a bakery, I wouldn't mind you if you drop off some cream donuts. Somehow white is way more common for me. Red is a rare delicacy. Dragon fruit is a rare delicacy by me in all its varieties. So, Noted. Yes. Once again, motivation. Motivation. But we also need to spend more time on the treadmills. Which, speaking of which, I want to do one of those treadmill streams a month. So I'd like to do 8 treadmill Zatsu in a month. So expect the new one, probably next week. Or, depending on how things pan out, it might happen at a weird hour. It might happen at a weird hour sometime this weekend. Cake, bakery, and cream in the same message? Is this subliminal messaging? No, I was straight up asking an eldritch being from the far reaches of space to possess a bakery and deliver cream donuts. Why? Because I can't drive to get them myself. No, seriously. We're all good. We're all good. It's okay. Yes. We can fly. Yeah. There's that. Forgot. Are we surprised that we forgot? Are we surprised that we forgot we can fly? Yes. However, forgetting things is kind of my thing. Forgetting things is kind of my thing. Whoops. Of all the reasons to make a deal with an eldritch being, I can't drive to get them is a really good reason. Honestly, yeah. that especially for something as basic as baked confections. Yeah, this is very, very quickly devolving into a Zatsu instead of an art stream, but that's fine. That's fine. So yeah. We have the islets. That is the first thing that we have identified for this species. Can anyone wager a guess for another thing that I have teased somewhere around the channel? Anywhere at all. That could indicate something about species. You can hazard a guess. Let's see how closely you guys have been paying attention to things. I wonder. And while that's happening, I'm guessing the hair with how reflective and metallic it is. That's not bad. That is something. That is something. The hair is part of the hints, but the shininess ain't it. That was just rendering. Let me just open up another thing real quick because that is gonna be helpful. Okay. Any other guesses? Or am I gonna tease it? I think I'm gonna tease it. Right, there it goes. There goes the model again. Why? Because for some obscure reason I can't remember that I need to not have clicked off places. There we go. Back to sanity. In order for things to work. Okay. So the hair is definitely one of the hints. But it's the shape. The shapes are definitely an important thing. So you'll probably notice that my hair is an awful lot sharper than is quote unquote normal. And stylistically that is something that I've adopted while doing a lot of art. But the shapes are actually kind of important. Slightly reminiscent of a few things. Long curves with sharp edges. But okay, I'm gonna drop a hint. I'm gonna drop a hint for another hint that has been floating around the channel. Look closely. It's gonna, because it's been around also forever. Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? It would help if I actually hit the right button. Over here. Can you see it? Can you see it? The thing that's been around forever? Let me drop another hint. Let me drop another hint. Show you just how forever ago this has been a thing for. Let's pull up this one from way back when we were okay. Here's another one. The scale pattern? That makes more sense. Yes! The scale pattern. Remember when we were doing things back with... Now I forgot who here. It's been around since before then. This was 2020. This was 2024. This was a thumbnail from 2024, people. I've been using the same thumbnails for 2 years. Gasp. But yes, the scale pattern is absolutely a hint. So, nictitating eyelids, scale patterns, sweeping curves and sharp edges. Are you getting any guesses? I figured it was a lingering reference to another design and then got used to it. I think I may be able to guess it now. Ew. Maybe. Hold on to that guess. Because, there is one thing that has also been mentioned on the channel more than once, which is actually got to do with that. It's got to do with the jacket. What on earth has the jacket got to do with any of this? I hear the voiceless crowds cry in confuzzlement. Well, you're going to find out now. You are quite literally going to find out in a moment, because we are going to do the reveal. I'm back. Did I miss much? No, we were dragging it out painfully and excruciatingly, going through the list of clues towards the species. So, what we have identified is the nictitating eyelids. We have the hair that is shaped in a peculiar way, long, sweeping curves, and sharp, pointy bits. We have also identified the scale pattern that has been in my thumbnails since I started streaming. Gasp. And we've also noticed that it's got something to do with my jacket. But now it is time to do the reveal. So let us head over at last to the art screen. Let me just put myself over there, so I'm out of the way. Because it is time to reveal what kind of alien is the Avian. It might be a surprise to some of you. It might be... oh, that seems oddly obvious now that I look at it. But this is... This is it. This is it, guys. You ready? It's going to be a hard-on. It's going to be a hard switch. And it's going to be a white canvas, so I apologize in advance. You might want to close your eyes for a second and let your eyes adjust to the very bright screen that's going to follow this inky darkness. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Are we surprised? Sweet! Oh, Nice. That's a nice reaction. Yes. Surprise, surprise. Harrier is not a bird. What? Love it. Yeah. Snake. Just a big snake. So here are a couple of other hints that happened recently that reinforce this, guys. Firstly, the recent Pokemon OC challenge that Wilhelm Vanderbos posed, in which I posted stuff for in the Discord, where I mentioned that I might have something more in common with Rayquaza than just the color scheme. Apparently, it's the body shape too. It's the body shape too. It was just too perfect a combination to ignore. Oh man. But the other hint that I dropped today was also the desire for the Serpent plushie. Like, I obviously love the Serpents anyway, but snake. I like snakes. That makes sense. I was wondering about that, given that I had a feeling you didn't play the games. You're right, I did not. So, what surface level details? Yeah, no, and especially also considering that when one searches up Rayquaza, I don't actually know how you pronounce it, how one is supposed to pronounce it. I know that the name comes from Ray, as in like a beam of light, and Quasar, as in the celestial phenomenon. But I don't actually know how you're supposed to pronounce that. I'm sorry, I have not actually played the games. I've never owned a Nintendo product, and trading card games are not a thing. Well, they're a thing in my country. I just don't get out much. Anyway, besides point. Anyway, that's the fun thing about Pokemon. There's no voice acting and questionable dubs, so no one knows. Okay, that is good to know. Good to know. So yes. Yeah. I looked it up, obviously, because otherwise I would not know what to draw for the thing, for the challenge. And the blurb for Rayquaza was incredibly short. All that one could tell, or all that I could tell, was that it is a high-altitude Pokemon. And kinda strong. And kinda old. I have some friends still arguing over a few, and my own pronunciation has gotten what reactions? Yeah. It's the thing. Pronunciation is weird on the best of days. Throw corrupted combination word filters in as part of the pronunciation madness, and it just gets even weirder. So unless you've got a language that's got pretty strict pronunciation rules, it can be quite tricky. And what does English have in very short supply? Obvious pronunciation rules. It's the legendary Pokemon. It's the legendary for Pokemon Emerald, so best stats in the game and only one. Essentially. Oh wow. Okay. So it's a legendary. I didn't even know that much. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know that. Granted, it was in the middle of the chaos that all of this took place, so I did not really spend very much time doing my research. I just looked for something that looked similar first and then figured it out from there. And then, yeah. But anyway, So, yes. The other hint that has to do with the jacket, obviously, is because I get cold so easily, guys. And I'm forever fighting my aircon. Either my computer freezes or I do. Well, either my computer is happy or I am happy. Snakes like being in warm places. Computers do not like being in warm places. When I get cold, I get sleepy. I think I have said this on stream before. But yes, that is why the jacket was such a clue as well. And whenever I mention the aircon, that is the thing. It's the reptile. It's the reptile. Yep. So that is also one of the little hints that has been going on for that. Is her IRL lack of resistance to cold a trait of her, or something she's wrapping into her character with something in my mind? No, it is actually something that has been a running joke in my family for like the longest time. Like, definitely a reptile. Definitely a reptile. Cold-blooded. Yeah. So, yeah. He's a snake. So, there we go. Amazing, and I love it. Ah! I'm glad. I'm glad. It's definitely a strange combination given the name. That there's lore behind that is not for today, because I can't reveal everything at once. Mwahaha. But then again, the name. Spoiler alert, I couldn't remember my name when I arrived in Fort Mystehaven, so yeah. Josh, hello, welcome back, good to see you. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yes, to anyone who has been following along on the VOD, if you have anything else that you have spotted over our time together that you think, ooh, that's an explanation, that ties Harrier back to the snake vibe, that you may have spotted along the way, please do feel free to share in the comments. I'd love to see what you thought. I'm doing well. Got a short week of work this week. Yes, of course, yes, because next weekend, this weekend coming, is Easter. Yes, because we just had Palm Sunday. So Easter is here. Easter is just around the bend. And it's going to make for a short work week. What with the Easter weekend being a really important thing. In a lot of places, anyway. But yes, I hope that you enjoy the short work week. Hehe. It's always something to look forward to. Yeah, tendency to roll syllables. Yes. Half of that is because I'm just stuttering, but but the rolled syllables are indeed a thing that happen every so often. And I promise it's actually unconscious. I'm not doing it on purpose. All the dragged out hisses now that that's just happened. Now that I'm conscious of them. Oh no. It's the thing that I've been doing. Oh no. Oh dear. I didn't realize that was the thing that was happening. Whoopsie. But there you go. More proof. Right there. Boom. So, obviously there is a little bit of a size difference between snake mode and human mode. A bit other-sized difference. That is part of world-building madness. Basically, long story short, we just call that magic? Yes. Just call that magic. That's a good way. Additional mass, when one is a shapeshifter, there is pocket dimensions involved. We don't talk about that. I get it. About half the jokes about my own stuff is jokes of how I am. A lot ends up just putting the vibe of unintentionally. It does. It really does. And it's cool when that happens. So another thing that's weird is that normal earth snakes anyway, a lot of them don't actually have ears. So they're deaf. Which also kind of fits for me because oftentimes I can't hear anything that's happening on the opposite side of the house, even though it's quite loud. Much to my family's infinite frustration. and that when I haven't even got anything covering my ears, so my ears may be pointy, but they're not necessarily that effective. Just another little similarity that I only now just realized as well. Oh dear. But yeah, unintentionally perfect. It works. It works. So yeah, mine is a shifter species. So we have human mode, we have a feral mode, and there is an in-between mode as well. A sort of classic Lamia / Naga type shape. So that is what the intention for tonight's drawing was, is to actually do the half shift between snake mode and human mode. The half shift. That is the intention for today's drawing. What's the time? Shucks, we're almost through the entirety of stream time. Oh no. And we've only had one hydrate and I forgot to set my timer again. Oh no! Lamia is a good vibe? Yeah. Like, it's inconvenient for tight civilian spaces, but it's really, really useful for climbing trees and cliffs and buildings. When one can lift more than a third of your body length straight vertically, reaching high things becomes really amazing. Especially when you are... That is... gotta be what? At least... That's gotta be at least 40 feet. That's gotta be at least 40 feet of snake. Which is a lot. Okay, maybe not 40, maybe 30 feet of snake. Yes, I'm totally comparing it against what I know a 26-foot sailing vessel, what its size relative to me would be. So yes, I'm basing the length off of a boat length. Hush. Hush. Just a bit. Yeah, it's long. Yeah, 30 feet is basically nothing. Yeah, this is probably about 40. It's two boat lengths. It's two boat lengths. Or one big boat. So yeah, it is helpful elevation. Helpful elevation. But anyway, we should probably get going with drawing if we are going to draw at all, because there's only actually about about 40 minutes left of stream, by standard reckoning, right? Let me just see. Today's yeah, we've got about 40 minutes. So maybe we can actually get away with doing some doodling. So, let us. I'm gonna put this in landscape for a little bit of flexibility in terms of composition matters. We're probably actually going to okay. Definitely going to have whatever we do here bleed over into next week as part of its streams for next week, because depending on how this thumbnail comes out, we might actually want to polish it up. We'll see. So let us do something interesting with our what was I gonna say? I've just blanked out so hard. Wow. You know what? It's because I was half thinking of Tarn that's happening on Thursday. Wednesday. Bleh. Ria, what's your favorite anime? I don't have one. I'm very hard. I am very, very, very much torn when it comes to having favorites of anything, because I think a lot of things are just too good in their own right to have a distinct favorite of things. And frankly, I've not actually watched enough anime to actually make a firm decision on that front. Plangus, hello, welcome in, good to see you. Favorite bird? That's a mean question. Because I like a lot of birds for different reasons. I like a lot of birds for different reasons. Help! What's the first anime that comes to mind? Favorite otherwise? When you say first that comes to mind, the first one that comes to mind is the first one that I watched, and that's Wolf's Rain. Because when you say first, that just takes over the rest of the sentence, and it's like, first anime, Wolf's Rain. Well, Wolf's Rain, deep cut, yeah. Yeah, that was my first one. That was my first one. It was a wild entry point. It was a very wild entry point, but I somehow stuck around. My first manga was Black Cat. My first anime was Wolf's Rain. Kind of wild. I'm like that too. Yeah, like that's why I have this. I have a difficult time with favorites. Like, I like a lot of things. Don't ask me which one I like more than other things, because I think everything has its pros in different fields, and I think comparing apples and oranges, basically. It's eh. It doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right. Anyway, we want to doodle. We want to doodle and plan a thing. We want to plan a thing. So what I want to do is I want to zoom out a bit so that we can just get a sense of composition. For our half shift snake rear. Enjoying multiple things for various reasons and rationale. Respect. Yeah. Like, don't ask me what my favorite animal is. Ask me, okay, what's your favorite hawk? Or what is your favorite, shark? Or what is your favorite snake? Don't ask me, what's your favorite bird? Because I like hummingbirds and sunbirds and duckopper and owls and obviously harriers and falcons and crows. I've got such a huge soft spot for crows, specifically the pied crow, which I see every single time that something good happens, and strictly only when something good is happening. Like, I normally don't see pied crows, which are the not necessarily the only, but like the only ones in my area. There aren't a lot of crows where I live. But when I see them, it's always a treat and a joy. I know that's generally a weird thing to actually look forward to seeing crows, but I look forward to seeing crows. Right, what's your favorite game? Oh no. Video, board, card, or other? And do you have 5 hours for the presentation? Yep. Totally. Also, yeah, crows are amazing. Love them. They are. I don't have the temperament or resources to be a bird parent. But if I had to have a pet bird, I would raise a crow. Get some twist in a torso over here. And that needs to be smaller. Keep aspect ratio. There we go, that's better. Let's see. No, nice, relaxed sort of a pose. I feel like that would work nicely. Little bit of a wraparound. Something like that. Planning illustration. Always the part that drives me a little bit insane is actually planning it out to know, okay, what do we actually want to draw and finish? Goose! Yes. Geese are great as well. Absolute best property guardians. No one messes with a goose. And doesn't regret it afterwards anyway. Actually. It's a beautiful day and you are a horrible goose. Untitled Goose Game Blue. Oh my. I think I've actually got Untitled Goose Game on my Steam wishlist. It's been there forever. I think I've got it there. It's been wishlisted forever. One day is one day I'll actually get around to playing any of these things. One day. Probably. Hopefully, maybe. Actually, considering everything, does anyone have recommendations for visual novel games that are in fact not dating sims? Any recommendations on that front by anyone? By any chance? Do you know any? Because, you know, research. I don't want to accidentally copy anything by accident, but, I was about to say the KFC dating sim, but oh man. Oh man, I did not know that that existed. Okay. Yeah. It's like, I've only encountered one, and I don't know if it's, Oh, hello Toaster! Welcome in, welcome in! Good to see you! Hello, hello, hello! How goes? Not really, aside from the usual ones like Ace Attorney or Trauma Team's Diagnostician and Forensic Roots. Huh, okay. It goes great, and the day approaches. Ooh. The day approaches? Which day? It feels like it's been a while and we haven't spoken properly. Which day approaches? I feel like I've forgotten things important. Return day? Oh. Oh. I see. I see. Yes. I think I'm starting to remember now. Yes. Okay. I'm not entirely crazy yet. I think I remember, yes. But reunion with your things. Plus, I'm sorry I've been missing streams. No, it's fine. March has basically been a roller coaster in my iteration of reality as well, so it mostly... March mostly didn't exist in my world. March mostly didn't exist in my world. I wasn't here for most of it either. Let's think. You know what? We both do our best? Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Methinks this drawing is 100% taking place before the plot. This is happening before arrival in Mystehaven. That's what this picture is going to be. This is a pre-arrival picture. We'll figure it out from there. Okay. Ooh, pre-plot. Yes, pre-plot. Wahaha. Pre-plot. This is pre-plot. Curious what details change? Like, visually, there are a couple of things that will stay the same. But there are definitely gonna be some variations. Let me think on how I can be ready for this. Also, I like the idea of someone showing up to Harrier's room and it's just full of snake because of them half being comfortable. Yeah. Half form being comfy is a thing. I mean, you could just coil up and not get a crick in your back. Right? To be able to just coil around yourself and not get a crick in your back must be the most amazing thing, right? I haven't been able to get a half shift back yet. But like, yeah, that's gotta be amazing. Because, you know, you've actually got a back that's designed to bend that way. This whole vertical carrying nonsense. And one's own ribcage becomes a pillow that's just the perfect height. You can shuffle to conform in all of the right places. The real reason you shrimp. But is it shrimping if you're snaking, though? Is it really shrimping if you're snaking? Okay. I can't ignore the comment about the comfy. This is going to be a wake-up picture. This is going to be a wake-up picture. It is if you're humanoid. Ah, okay. Okay. Once again, I say stuff and unintentionally cause changes. Honestly, I didn't know which direction this was going anyway, so, thanks. You can't see it, but I'm showing 2 thumbs ups. Honestly. Like, visually there are going to be some major similarities because obviously I'm not making this too far before plot. Welcome! There's a total of 6 thumbs up across all 4 forms. Yes, that makes sense because the loaf does not have thumbs. That makes sense. That makes sense. And I'm not liking the positioning of this arm, so it's going to move. And be removed. Sort of floating hand this into position here. There we go. That'll do. That looks a little bit more wake-up-ish. Oi. Why did you grab there? This needs to... Come on, where's my little arrow? Come on, where is my little arrow? There. Compress. There we go. Okay, that works. That works for me. But we get a nice sort of a triangle composition out of that. That works for me. That works for me. Okay. That'll do. Now, let me... I sort of half want to get back into doing a grayscale methodology to sort out values first. I haven't yet figured out exactly how to get layer styles to work after that so that it's not a brown muddy mess. Or a black-grey muddy mess. I still need to figure that out better. But I think if I'm doing a full illustration, it might actually just be easier. Like, I'm gonna start with a light backing. Give this a little bit of a gradient, like so. And that's gonna be our background. Then I want another folder which is gonna contain, this is gonna be a through layer, this is gonna be the curtains. I can spell. Please and thank you. Okay. A little bit darker. Maybe not quite that dark. Oh no, is that okay? Actually, it might be okay. It actually might be okay. We're just gonna do kind of really rough color blocking with our values first. Something like that, okay? We can make it pretty later. Then I want another one, which is going to be a nest. I'm going to call it a nest, because what else do you call it? Something like that. Don't know how much of this horizon is going to be visible, but let's put it down anyway. And not quite in the center. Like that'll do. That'll work. Okay, and for that we want... Oh, that's a bit heavy. It's a bit harsh. Wait, this explains the ending soon screen body pillow. A nest with a ton of large cushions to wrap around would make sense and sounds so comfy. Yeah. Yeah. I'm amazed that you remember that. I'm amazed you remember that from PNG days. Wow. Kind of wish I was long and noodly thinking about that. I know, right? There are advantages to being long and noodly. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Half of them have to do with comfy time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do to help myself not want to pull my hair out later. The knowledge of an eldritch horror is such that I cannot even guarantee what I know. Braid problems, man. What can you do? Speaking of what can I do, what I'm gonna do to make myself not hate myself later is I'm gonna split the coils into different layers so that I can render them separately as needed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go tail back. There we go. And we're going to start with that section. No. Like that. That is the shape, because this side coils then forward like that. That makes sense. Duplicate. This is going to be tail end. Clear that. Hide that. And flip it over so that I can see that angle. All right. And then duplicate again. Empty again. This is going to be tail waist. Oh no, this is going to be torso. Which is going to include that section. Clean that up later. Reduce that opacity, hide that, hide that. Pull that out, reduce that opacity. And then go clear that, tail mid, there we go. And then here what we're going to do is we're going to close that gap. Something like that. And upright. And this way. Hide that. Hide that for a moment. I just want to see. Nope. Flip. That'll do for now. Okay. So now I will obviously clean up all my edges. What I want to do though is I want to go into each of these grab something a bit lighter. Or no, darker here. No, here I want to be lighter, yes. And get that. And here. Sort of get those two to match-ish. I'll still figure out if I'm going to actually have that join be visible or not. And on this side, I want that one to be like so. Starting to get shape. Then over here. Lock. Get shaped like that. Okay. We're getting somewhere. But I think as far as this one goes, I'm gonna have to call it here for tonight, 32 minutes into this drawing. Because otherwise I am going to have severe regrets come tomorrow. Why? Because I am running on 3 hours sleep today as I sit here. Just by the by, I'm running on 3 hours sleep. Because I was working on another thing. Thanks for the stream, Harrier. Thank you for being here, Alex. I appreciate it. Yes. Go ahead, stream. Go get some sleep. Yes, I will. I just want to tell this story quickly. I just want to tell this quick story. So I was working on a thing yesterday that was in my queue of things that I'd promised someone that I would deliver it before March hit, and then March hit with a fury. And it was one of those things that have been keeping me in a state of paralysis. And finally the opportunity arose yesterday afternoon after the last of the chaos to tackle this task. And I decided that, you know what? I am old enough to live with the consequences of my own poor decisions. I'm pushing through. Because I knew if I let it lay over one more day, the chaos was going to take over me again, and I would lose my ability to prioritize things appropriately. So, I decided that it was one of those days where I would suffer the consequences of my own decisions this day. And so far I survived. I survived the consequences. Surprise, surprise. And we're here. We actually even still managed to make stuff. Gasp. Big gasp. We actually still managed to make stuff. So obviously this is super, super far from being a completed thumbnail, but we're starting to get the idea of where this is going, which is at least something. And that in its own is a good starting point. And I'm happy with that. But yeah, the thing that I was working on last night, it was not a paid project, but yeah. So you did all this and all the work on my stuff on like no sleep? How? Plushy motivation and determination. And deadline guilt and panic. I also read yours was actually one of the easiest things in the queue. Content-wise. So, what? I had the guts for it. the saying low-hanging fruit applies. It was low-hanging fruit to be plucked in terms of the massive to-do list. So we worked on that. But yeah, I had the guts for it. In Afrikaans we call it the moed. Ek het die moed daarvoor gehad. You must know I'm tired when the Afrikaans comes out, okay? Thanks for the stream. Get some good rest. Thank you, Josh. Thank you. Yes. So yes, we will be finishing this probably sometime next week. Because Zany did sponsor 6 hours to work on Mystehaven illustrations. I am going to definitely spend at least 4 of those hours this week working on Tarn and Claret's illustrations on Wednesday and Thursday. But yes, I want to allocate the last 2 of those sponsored hours to this one, as well as whatever extra time I'm going to need on it. I am anticipating that this is going to be at least a 6-hour illustration, maybe even 10 hours. I don't know. But we'll get there. What I'd ideally like to do is develop an art style for my illustrations where I can stop and pick it up again and not end up scrapping the illustration. Because so many of them, I start a thing and then I come back to it the next day and I wonder what on earth was I smoking? Because the methodology just feels weird the next time I come back to it. And I don't like that. So I want to develop something that works for me, and that means that I can work on a long-lived illustration in terms of its production process without feeling the need to spend 10 hours and just push through on a single sitting. Because sometimes it's just not viable. Like today! But yeah, it has been fun. Guys, we survived. We survived. You guys survived finding out that your bird is in fact not a bird. Gasp, gasp, gasp. But are we surprised? Are we surprised? Considering that the wings are an augmentation, they are in fact mechanical extras. They are mechanical extras, they are not, you know, actually attached to me. Like, boom. They float. You can see? Can't you? No, it's a little bit tricky to see that they actually float. So it's an augmentation. It's a mechanical augmentation. Gasp. Still obviously very, very, very fond of the bird motif. But once again, there is lore involved behind all of this madness. So while there are things that I can't share yet, the wings are not going anywhere, guys. They are literally installed. They are installed. They keep my ribcage from collapsing in terms of the installation. Let's not talk about how it literally got my wing set up attached to me in such a way that it actually keeps my shattered ribcage in one piece. But anyway, that's the thing that happened once. Long story, which you will see another time when you actually get to read lore. Yeah, that was probably a bigger spoiler than what you guys were expecting today. You know, but anyway. So, the wings are not going anywhere. They're literally keeping me alive. So, the name Harrier is also not going away. Because it's a name that fit very, very, very well. And I've grown fond of the name. It was an assigned name, just like Citadel is an assigned name. Because why? I can't remember what my original name was. But it's fine. Because we are happy where we are. knowing where we came from just gives context to stuff. But doesn't change where we are now, right? It gives an angle to one's directional vector, I suppose, but it doesn't change one's actual position. If one puts it on the path of life type sort of metaphor, I guess. When she starts talking like math, then you know that she's tired. Okay. Yeah, no. But no. So the wings are not going anywhere. I'm still gonna be Avian alien because everyone looks at me and says, "Oh no, that's bird person," and that's not gonna change. That's why I am not uninstalling these. Please, no. And you know what? Avian means can be everyone, right? It does not necessarily mean only bird, technically. So, how many flying snakes do you guys know? Actually, now that I think about it, I know that there is actually a species of flying snake. Well, gliding snake. It kind of just flattens itself out to kind of catch a bit of extra air resistance and wobbles its way out of the trees to make a soft landing. It's a thing. It's a thing. Crazy. But yes, this has been fun. Thank you for bearing with me with the feelsiness all in the start of today's stream as well. Yeah, there's been a lot of feelsiness going around in my world. If you were in one of the previous streams last week, where I explained the reasoning behind some of the chaos, you know. If you weren't here for that and you're curious, I believe it was the last stream on Thursday. I think it was Thursday? Yes, it was Thursday. Where I explained what exactly was going on. So yeah, there's still a little bit of residual feelsiness from all of that madness. But we fight on, forge ahead, all that madness. So yes, happiness is. Right? Happiness is cozy coils and plushies. We're aiming for the plushies, guys. We're aiming for the plushies. So, we're gonna keep working hard. I'm gonna see if I can acquire. I'm gonna see if I can get through the commissions to be able to acquire the plushie. Thank you for the stream. Sorry I didn't talk much. No, Moonsharo, it's okay. It's okay. We appreciate Locust here all the same. I understand that you were doing other stuff in the background. You were busy. I believe you were cooking. I believe you were making food. And I didn't ask, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing very well, thank you. Yes. Healthy and vibing. Yes, and I'm eating it now. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, making food is a very, very, very valid reason to not necessarily be an active member of chat. Because texting, not burning the food. I think that is a pretty easy equation to figure out which one is the more important thing to prioritize. I know one other space snake, actually. Oh, wow. Another space snake. There we go. I think that people are going to find more things that are familiar in terms of my motifs and everything as lore gets revealed. So, while unidentified bird alien was, and it will continue to be my handle. I'm always going to, well, not always, but I'm going to definitely for a significant amount of time introduce myself as Avian Alien, because, you know, it just rolls off the tongue so well. That and ADHD, so probably better to focus on one thing at a time. Yeah, definitely. And not setting the house on fire is a good idea. So I 100% support your decision to focus on preparing your food. Yeah, no. So for the foreseeable future, however many years that will be, we shall continue introducing ourselves as Avian Alien Sentinel, right? Yes, setting the house on fire would be bad. I agree. Very inconvenient. Bricks do not taste good grilled. Didn't you say you would end stream 30 minutes ago? Yes, but I'm also absolutely terrible at ending stream. I'm absolutely horrible at ending stream. I always feel like there's a last word that needs to be had, right? So yeah, fun times. We'll keep plugging away at things. I have about a third of the first draft written down for one of the POVs, I think. Guesstimating here. Very, very roughly guesstimating. Why are you guys trying to get sleep? Because I've only had 3 hours of sleep today and I want to not regret my life decisions for tomorrow. Just a little bit. Yeah, I want to not regret my life decisions. Though granted, I have got an afternoon nap slot tomorrow as well, so there's that. But I don't know how much chaos is going to arrive in the morning, so we shall see. Yeah, the goal is to handle a bit of admin in the morning that needs to happen. Absorb what Red sent in his feedback on commission that I sent through work in progress stuff before stream, and then continue working on hair parts for Sishian so that I can continue rigging him tomorrow evening. That's the plans for tomorrow. And then I need to, on Wednesday, I need to do the 2 Fugies. That's what I need to do on Wednesday as a matter of urgency. And hopefully by then I'll have figured out how I am going to finish redoing Teo's portrait, because I messed up on the styling. So I need to redo that. And I've got something that's half there, but I'm not sure if I'm vibing with it, so we shall see. Anyway. Rest well, guys. Thank you for joining me. I know this little lore drop was totally out of nowhere. But I feel a little bit more freer about what all I can say and show you guys now that you know that there is a little bit of actual reptile in the mix. So, yeah, happiness. I shall see you tomorrow. Until then, rest well. Enjoy your food. And yes, that is the sound of my brain doping out. Good night. Sleep well. Cheery bye.